Today we're going to use 3 types of compass to find new clients with the tools you already have. The object is to get new clients with minimal investment of time and money and minimal risk. And after we've used our 3 types of compass, we're better able to see if we have, and how many, and at what cost. So compass travel involves 5 components: reconnaissance, perspective, actually setting out, finding and keeping true north so we don't lose our way, and using the right tools. So the tools we'll use are simple. We'll use an orienteering compass, a sextant, and a mapping compass. So let's get our first type of compass, the orienteering compass, out of our pack. It should show us a way over hill and dale and the fastest way to get to our goals. But the fast route is not always obvious. Our orienteering compass lets us do reconnaissance about the best route. And as we look at the obstacles we need to get around or through in order to get these new clients, we're going to remind ourselves that all good reconnaissance is 90% negative information. So we're not going to get upset by the negatives, because when we isolate those, they show us alternative pathways. At the planning stage, you don't use your orienteering compass as a compass, but as a protractor that measures map angle, and so that you can define a route on the map that you can then align to from where you are now to where you are going, and then you can use it as a compass. And that way you aren't led astray along the way by tempting alternatives, but stay true to course. So let's start with where you are right now. You're here. Where is here? Have you taken stock of exactly where you are lately? To make good use of our orienteering compass, we need first to set a baseline, a true picture of from where we're starting. And that way we can set a target and work our best way forward by looking over the potential obstacles that are ahead of us. And at the end of that, we'll also know if we've been successful, because we've got something against which we can measure. So map where you are on your path to your goal of income for this year. And then write down the name of your favorite customer. Let's say that's Michael, even if it's Anna. We'll stick with Michael. List all you can think about that you know about Michael. Everything. Family, previous jobs, dog, hobbies, last holiday, sport, music, pet hates, everything. Knowing all this, how does this help you to find more Michaels? Perhaps your Michaels can help you to find more like them. At the whole customer list, when you look at it, pick out who you think is the most profitable. Pick 5. Of those 5, who was the easiest to get? Are you missing an opportunity here by not thinking about how to harness that same factor that you used to get that one? Or those? Are there more like this, the same type in the same place? As you travel towards your goal of the coming year's income, you'll be checking your orienteering compass every time you see a familiar landscape that fits your Michael profile. Note where they are on your map and start making these your Michael harvesting depots. So, what's been your plan so far? If you have one, how's it doing? What needs reassessment? If you haven't a plan, after these few exercises, make one. If you have one, see how these expanded. Now, think about the things you've tried to do to expand your client base. List 3. Some things didn't work. List 2. and examine these carefully. Why didn't each one of these work? Is there something you could have done differently? Was it timing? The wrong message to the market? Something else? Of these 5 things, the 3 you tried and the 2 that didn't work the way you'd hoped, what is worth a second go with a bit more planning? How will you approach it differently? Who can help? Once you start using your orienteering compass as a compass, you can go at a faster pace. And fast travel comes from understanding the obstacles en route and finding ways around them before they stop you in your tracks. That's why you do reconnaissance. List 7 obstacles on your way to customer growth. Of every one of the 7, isolate the key issue. The key issue. Now list all of your key issues. Does this list reveal something about your approach, your structure, your understanding of the market? Which of these is the one thing that if you dealt with it effectively, it would resolve the issue? And who can help do that? Put a name beside every point and describe the resolution you need from that person. You'll be really surprised at the options this can reveal. So you now have a map. What's your direction? Set a sales goal and how to measure progress. 3 more sales a week? Working from what you've identified about your existing customers, and especially your Michaels, plot the places that these ideal customers can be expected to be found, and then make a list of points about how you're going to get to those places. This is your sextant. It will tell you where you are, precisely. Fast may be expedient for now, but you need more precise plans for later. And precision may be planning a workshop that you've made sure is already half full before it's advertised. It might be having all your calls to action enabled before you go with that marketing campaign. It might be having all your promo materials ready well ahead of your next event or exhibition. It might even be just having an event kit that's always intact with everything you need to stage an effective event, so you don't dash around seeking the scissors or tape or promo banner. Precision is having some standard things you do each month to keep your profile in the marketplace. A media schedule will help that. It's all very well to have a map and a compass and then set out full of confidence, but it's so tempting to be lured off your route. Stick to the path you've chosen. We've all heard of people who, when they're lost, they end up making a full circle. It's really easy to drift off the trail when you wander off on small diversionary treks, just to enjoy the view. Don't diverge. You don't? So, social media is critical to your progress towards securing more Michaels. Be honest with yourself. How much actual business has come to you from social media? Make a list for the last 6 to 12 months and then divide the profit by the hours you spend on social media. Profit, not what they spent. Still profitable? Try other ways to be in touch with your market. Don't think that everybody says I have to do social media means that you must do it. If you do it, measure it. Try giving it a slot of time and making sure social media is corralled into only that slot. Once you get social media herded into one allocation of time, don't let those ponies loose outside your corral. What are your values? They're what define your true north, or the main direction against which all the other things you do should be measured. Your compass that draws circles demands a center point. Your values are that center point, that true north that should guide every decision and define who you engage with and how you develop your customer relationships. Authenticity is a rare commodity. Be you. As they say, everybody else is taken. Who shares your values and where do they hang out? Your best new clients can be found in the circles of networks that radiate from each of your best clients. Start from understanding the clients you have. What do they tell you? What did you sell them? What did they buy? Some people think these are the same thing. They truly believe they're selling when the clients are just buying. If you don't recognize this and isolate what one thing gets them to buy, you can't manage this important asset. You want to grow it to be hardy beyond the hothouse of immediate need or habit or laziness from your clients in finding an alternative. Guard that buying client by understanding what they are buying in its fullest context. I gave this exercise to an airline once. They thought people were buying seats on aircraft. What they discovered that instead people were buying two types of things: a seamless and reliable way to exotic destinations, and mitigation of the impacts of a heavy business travel schedule and the need to arrive relaxed and refreshed. It totally changed the way they structured their sales message, delivered their service, and created sub-brands. At the annual national meeting of a leading boutique hotel chain, I asked if their clients would class themselves as tourists or visitors. Answers were pretty well divided. So I balanced their responses with what the regional tourism survey found when they asked visitors to that region the same question. No matter what your opinion of the validity of the choice, the fact that most people saw themselves as visitors means that all the efforts to promote tourism failed to actually capture the nuance of what that difference in description means about expectations. A visitor seeks a personal experience. Tourism is for the masses. So here we've introduced some new tools to change your focus and help you find pathways to new clients. We have an orienteering compass, a sextant, and a mapping compass. Your orienteering compass is your client contact list. You need more like your best clients. You need more Michaels. Your sextant shows you where you hold your true north, so you don't diverge from your target or from your values. Your mapping compass draws circles around the success you already have, so you can expand in circles outwards. So, looking at what you've done from this compass introduction, you can now work out what could you do, what should you do, and what will you do in the next 30, 60, 90 days from now. I hope these simple tools will help you look freshly at the terrain you need to cover in order to get your target number of new clients, the best clients, the Michaels with whom you are best aligned to build a strong, onward relationship. Thank you.